Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Okay. Okay. Couple of ringy ding. Okay, so be mindful of who you're following, who you're listening to. Don't get into an echo chamber, because what I'm finding is that it doesn't matter how far left they are, they're still kind of trying to bring you back to some sort of one lady. She got poofy curly hair. She called for pew pews the other day, and I was like, you. Okay, so number one, she no longer belongs to the demographic because she doesn't know how the demographic thinks. So you have to be mindful of the fact that there's government shows everywhere, and they will plant, and then you grow to trust that person. You listen to what they have to say, and then all of a sudden, way out of left field, she's telling the people to go get pew pews, or that it's a good idea to get pew pews. And I'm like, not only are you not in touch with your demographic, you just expose you don't belong to the demographic. Okay, so, and then she just posted a video about infiltrators into protests. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. When a protest turns violent, you know there's infiltrators. Because no rational citizen thinks to themselves, I'm going to get really far by doing a lot of harm and violence to my own community. Every single solitary time a protest turns violent, it's infiltrated by the other side doing crap. You have to, so you have to be really a little bit kind of forward thinking in order to even have the gumption to get in that street and put your ass on the line. You really have to have a lot of foresight. You really do. These people write their, numbers on their arms to lawyers or whoever they got to call if they get arrested. Because you have to remember, you guys, law and order is not only for the little pole folk, but law and order doesn't even begin to cover, because the popo will arrest whoever the fuck they want. They don't need charges anymore. You can thank Bush Jr. for that one. Okay, so no one is going into this thinking to themselves, well, this is gonna go great. It's gonna be all wonderful. No, they go in well prepared. Because they know that these things happen, that infiltrators come in, instigate violence, and everybody gets arrested. They already know this going in. They already know this. Okay. They have complete and utter, like, just all these plays that they move before they can even freaking leave their place of residence. You have to have foresight into this. These aren't a bunch of fucking dipshits in the streets with no job like the freaking live streams wants you to believe. No, these are people with severe foresight going, okay, we did our human homework, and we see what's rolling down the hill right now. They're not looking to stop the stone because it's going to get to the bottom of the hill irregardless. You're just looking to push it out of their way. It is so easy, you guys. So just remember that infiltration is happening at every single level right now, and everything is going to work to be sabotaged. Every single movement is going to be sabotaged. You need to comprehend that. This is why protesting usually doesn't work, is because they get infiltrated, and then, the infiltrators will go back and report so they can. Okay, so this is the way it's always worked. This is nothing new. This is not a new tactic. This isn't any sort of genius. They have more than enough record of infiltration. You want to win a war, you control both sides. That's how it works, kids. That's always how it works. It's always how it will work. You know what they can't control? What you do with your money. What you do with your 401ks. What you do with your stock. What you do with all those resources. That's what they cannot control. And you've given them too much of it already. So have I. But here we are. Okay. Pull it out. Pull it back. That way, there's no infiltration required. We're not getting together. We're not being terroristic groups. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. We're just saying we are finished supporting our own enslavement and terror. We are not going to pay to live in this kind of state. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It really is. You're trained and programmed to believe that, oh no, if I don't give that monkey the share he thinks he's entitled to. Okay. Everything's leaving. Clinging is only gonna multiply the suffering. So just let it go. Let it go. Because the sooner we defund, the sooner we ignore the thugs in the streets, the sooner we just come back to our own humanity, the sooner they'll leave and we can start coming together and figuring out how we're going to support each other through this. It's so easy, you guys. It's so easy. It's so easy. The thing you have to get past is up here. This has been entrained and programmed to believe that the only way to exist here is to slave away for it and give the masters whatever you just slaved away for. This is why they don't like the fruit on the tree. You can't eat the fruits of your own labor. See how that works in the subconscious? I can't touch the fruit off my tree. That's forbidden. I busted my ass for that. That belongs to some Scarface Sky Daddy. Yeah. Letting the mafia run our lives. Where do you think the mobsters get the idea from? It's perfectly set out in the freaking Say Hello to My Little Friend book. It's no different. And we've been conned into believing that there's some sort of semblance of justice just because occasionally we run into somebody wearing a uniform or somebody that gets paid by the government. And, mailman comes by every day. So clearly it's not all bad. I got an itch in my nose. That's what I get for snuggling with the kitty cats. Okay, so it's gonna be okay. It's just letting go of the idea of suffering. Because right now, I know, I feel ya, I hear ya. And it's not a fun experience. It's not. It's not comfortable at first, but it's liberating. It's liberating to know these things. It's liberating to experience the facts of the situation. Like when you play it all the way through in your head, some forced crosses burner is going to come to your house and kick you out. Yeah, we've been under this the whole freaking time. This is just a pimple being broken open. We've been living this the whole freaking time. Okay? We have a propagandist bullshit narrative that because, you don't slave to give it away to somebody else, that you don't deserve to have a place to live or food to eat or anything. What? If we're born here, we're born here. If you don't want us to be born here, then stop fucking. That's against our rights. Yeah, well. This is, again, their propaganda, like, gluing itself to your brain, going, my rights, though, my rights. Yeah. So where they allow you to have rights. Do you see how that works? It's just on like a wheel of like, we're going to crank the knob in this direction and jerk them around a little bit. And then we're going to crank this knob over here and jerk them around. And we're going to turn up the heat over here because we got so many buttons and dials over here cranked and pushed that they're not going to notice they're cooking. See how that means? So they're taking the attention away from the monetary. They're taking attention away from the corrupt banks. They're taking attention away from the corrupt systems and going, look, distraction, distraction, distraction. Look over here. Don't pay attention to how all of this is funded and playing out. Because I can tell you this, the robber barons are not going to go to Trump and be like, we understand you're having a rough time funding things right now. Here's a chunk of my money to keep these people in. They're not going to do that. They're going to go into their bunkers and whatever else and then, you know, wait till everything blows over. So just... this week is going to be a little bit fast. It's going to be fast moving, and it's going to be... February is going to be a little bit, well, even the end of January, it's going to be a little bit crunchy in the monetary stuff, which is why it's better you get it out now before things really go bad. And just, you know, make sure that the sources you have on, you know, if you're watching the stock market, or make sure that they're honest, good sources, because they are not above lying to the general public about how the stock market is performing while the actual numbers are going down. So when you pull, you might not get what you're supposed to get. Okay, make sure you have trusted people. Saying that while talking about the stock market, I will, yeah, that just made no sense. Gambling is not a safe idea right now when it comes to the stock market. And it sounds risky to take it all out, but that's the real, for lack of a better word, wisdom move. That's the, you know, they're up there playing, you know, Jenga in the fucking financial realm, and you're like trying to play chess, and they're playing Jenga. How many pieces can we remove from this structure before it can't stand anymore? And you're like, please keep it alive. I'm playing chess over here. Okay? 2 different games, and you need to start. Okay? I think that's a good analogy. Just keep removing the blocks from the Jenga things. Okay. I am, as a Scorpio stellium, yeah, I know how to do the tower thing. Okay, so just ease into it, but make sure that, like, you get yourself into a space where everything's going to be okay. Get yourself to that space, and it's going to be okay. It really is. Especially Minnesota has cold laws where you can't shut heat off. I don't know about electricity or water. I don't think so, though. I don't think you can shut those off in the winter. So, make sure that you know your laws. Make sure you know what your local law is regarding ICE. Make sure you pay attention to news and whatever else. If it is violent, don't go, because it's been infiltrated. Okay? That's how they work. That's how they operate. That's how you win anything, is control both sides. Okay, so your objective now is when it does get violent, you stop playing and go to the financial realm of things. Okay. And again, I can't tell you exactly what that's supposed to look like for you, but whatever you can take out, take out. Okay? I cannot stress this enough. And then start focusing on building a world that you want to live in, not one that's going to be terrorized by people who, I don't know how else to put it. Like, I don't know if they have clones or bots in there or what it is, but like, you listen to him talking, like, it's just, okay. Why they've denied us access to what they say they've seen, while not releasing the Tesla files like they were supposed to. Okay, so I don't know how many more sirens and flashing lights and blinders you need to see through the system, but like, okay, it doesn't even matter anymore, because we know nobody is going to be held accountable until the system falls, because the system is upholding these people. It always has, and it always will. That's the whole problem, is we now have a for lack of a better word, a severe generational curse that goes back thousands of years to heal. And we can't do that while this thing is still standing. So it by natural law has to go. It's a natural law. That the things that are not sustaining human life on the planet but are harming it need to leave. That's natural law. You don't get to negate that. It's just how we as a collective right now are choosing how we go out. Do we want to fund our own misery and suffering further? Do we want to fund our own enslavement further? Are we going to put credit scores over human life more? Again, still, yet. Okay. Listen, I know it's a bee of a freaking black pill, dude. I hear ya, but like, you gotta choke on it. And I hear ya. I have no doubt that this is a pain in everybody's butt right now. But if we pinch now, we just go through this pinch now, the amount of human suffering will be much less, much less. And the thing is, like, if you're struggling with this and like you're letting guilt and shame take over, come to maybe a little bit of a self-compassion mode where you might have a subconscious undercurrent that you deserve to live this way, that you deserve to be a slave, that you believe your life is the purpose, is to be the slave for the system. It's a subconscious undercurrent. And it also could have a schmuicidal comorbid, whatever the hell. It's a freaking... Just recall those moments where you feel like this isn't functioning in any way, shape, or form correctly, because it's not. Remember those little tings on your subconscious that went, why does this structure have to happen like this? Why is every single solitary structure seeming to come out with human suffering on the other side of it, while painting itself into being something good and productive in the community, when in fact it's not? Okay, and now come to the point where you supported that community via your taxes, your bank affiliates, stock market, or all these financial institutions that have hoard or collect your money, like Amazon, Spotify, whatever it is. Okay, all these companies pay one political party or the other, or both, to further their own corporation's agenda, which is to parasite more money off the American people. the reason why any government or corporation exists. How much money can we coerce people into giving us? Right? How much money? It's not how much money is my product worth? How long is the product going to last? Is it functional? Is it, does it have standards that stand up to the, I know people that still got a fucking blender from the 50s, dude. Fuck. Okay, so they don't make it like they used to, but then again, holy fuck, were those blenders heavy. Side note. Not that the Ninjas are any lighter, but clunky. How about that? And they don't preserve the environment because they make crap things that need to be thrown away constantly, so that's more trash in the environment. Do you see, because they are so hell-bent on siphoning the public more and more and more, they make crap and crap, and then we have to endless cycle. And then you gotta buy more crap to go with your whatever the hell it is. They keep putting on additives that nobody uses anyway, and it's just constantly cycling through. How can we parasite more money while making the product cheaper? How can we get more money, make the product smaller, dumber, less effective, aggravating as fuck, and replaceable all the time? That's a marketing meeting. For those of you, that's they literally get paid to sit around all day and contemplate how they can parasite the American population, rather than giving to the American people a decent quality product. They're like, how can we con them even harder, faster, more effectively? What's the best con game we have in our back pocket? That is the majority of American working class. You have to be in the parasite. If you're not working efficiently, effectively, you are draining the company of resources. If you aren't, making quotas, making calls, flip and burn, whatever the hell it is, you are draining the company's resources. They want you to believe they're of the parasite when they make the money off your labor. It's so backwards. Pathetic. Okay? So, how that's not slave master, I don't know how the general population really thought that slavery went away. It's just got a rebrand, guys. It's just got a rebrand. It's just rebranded, pillow-faced, without a Brazilian butt lift anymore because it had to be removed because heroin chic is in. That kind of thing, So it's they're flipping it so hard and heavy now, like now we're in a, all the pretty people are in a lot of trouble because they're gonna have to have all that plastic removed. So just rather than when you're looking at narratives, okay, like I just compared, Brazilian butt lifts got to be removed because heroin chic's back in. It's the same with political pundits. They'll switch lanes and whatever else. Just be mindful of bringing everything you're hearing to the inside of you, going, does this resonate? Is this true? Is this really what's required right now? Or am I being pulled and cajoled into something? Because going along with the crowd and the group and the tribe and the herd and the hive and all that other crap, okay? Pull it back in. This is not a time quite yet to come together in community because Aquarius hasn't taken all the planets yet. Pluto needs to have all the conversations before that can happen, okay? Where are we losing power? Where do we have power? Where can we gain power? And how can we completely and totally revamp our lives? Transform, transfer, and transmute. That's Pluto. And he's going to be having a discussion with every last one of these planets. Every single one is going to come through his gate, and he's going to sit down and have a one-on-one. Venus, the Sun, Mars, Mercury, all going to have a conversation with Pluto in this next week. So, where's the truth? Where's the power? Where's the resources that are giving the power? Okay, don't forget the resources that grant us power. Really going to be under the microscope, wink wink, nudge nudge, really going to be coming in, especially in Aquarius. Okay, so be open-minded to that, be curious, all that good gravy. Then we're going to have Mars. Okay, and that's Scorpio energy. Mars and Pluto, the two rulers of Scorpio, are going to be at the same table in Aquarius discussing where the power is. Everybody's like, oh, Mars and whoa. Mars rules Aries. Aries was the only god to hold a pedophile that violated his daughter accountable. I don't know how or why all astrologers seem to miss that, but like the story behind the label kind of, matters a little bit. So, Pluto's going to have a talk with the army about what they've just done to our daughter. It'd be interesting. And I can't remember if Mercury comes first or if it comes after, because I think Mercury moves pretty fast. So, as they parade on through, just be mindful of where your power is. Again, resources. You vote with your dollar. We haven't had I don't believe we've had an honest election since before Nixon. I don't think we've had an honest election in a long time. So even if he does cancel, I don't think it would matter, because he bulldozed it anyway. He just doesn't want to put the money and resources into bulldozing it, because he's already had the example where Hillary put all her fucking resources in bulldozing it and she still lost. Yes, that's being taken to court. You can go look it up. It's being taken to court. The document has been filed, about a mountain and a half high. This is a politician's game, guys. They've always been doing it. It's just the general populace doesn't get it on their typical news. Okay, so it's nothing to be alarmed about. It's nothing new. It's just coming to light so the general populace knows. It's not like this shock. Every time they ask you to be shocked, put it down. Put it down. Look, okay, they want you out of your body again. Put it down. Put the shock down and be like, yeah, I can see that. It's just so what idiot. And that's the other thing too, is like the more you get distracted with it, the more you get angry with it, that's putting energy into it as well. So acknowledge it, but redirect the energy. Be like, you know what, that just inspired me to pull my refrigerator out from its deep dark abyss corner and completely clean out from underneath and behind and vacuum out all the little dust bunnies in there. Keep your refrigerator running good. That's what you do with that energy, okay? That's how you transmute, transfer. It's not denial. It's not I'm gonna close my eyes. It is, I am going to take the energy that the system is requiring of me because it can't function on anything else and putting it into a better life for myself. Ooh, child. Ground that shit the fucking ground it in. Ground it in. Ground it, ground it, ground it. Feel it in your bones. That's what Capricorn wants. What's in your bones? Your ancient memories. That's where the fates live. That's where your the marrow of existence, darling. Okay, sorry. Not gonna get poetic. The ancestral memory lives inside our bone marrow. And so it's feeding, and it's also recording. It's also recording. So if you have bone issues, ooh. Okay, so try to flesh out some of those memories. Try to flesh it out, okay? Don't flesh it out, flush. Okay. Ask those ancestral, bone-deep, genocidal wounds to be healed. Capricorn is the mountain. The mountain heals. Oh, pinky fucking swear, the mountain heals. There's a great song by Wardrunner, and I refrain from butchering the L word that it is, but it's beautiful. If you go watch the video, I'll see if I can. Wardrunner, and I'm probably butchering that as well. I sincerely apologize. My little Slavic tongue, just, I don't think it's even there. It might be because it's mostly German, but like, So, the climb up the mountain is asking you to strip all parts of yourself, all materialistic stuff, all that gravy. Asking you to let it go, let it breathe, let yourself just be who you are. It's a great song. That opening line. Okay. So, we're in this energy right now, at least for the next 2 more days after this. So, where in your bones can you get sovereign? Where in your bones can you bring more nurturing, loving, peaceful energy? Ground it into your bones, into your bones, into your bones. So if you're feeling fatigued and lethargic, go watch some pissy news. Get that fire lit. I'm not kidding. This is how you do this. This is how you take all their energy, and not only do you siphon it, but you're directing it into a life you love. And then do something good for your environment, in your own direct environment, whatever it is. Whatever it is. If you're working at a little mom and pop shop, clean out the junk drawer. Whatever the hell it is, right? Just constantly just transmute, transform, transfer. Let them fuel you up, and then take that rocket fuel into something else entirely. See? Multi-dimensional fractal